All right, welcome to Grue. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, yeah. So the first thing I want to start asking you, like we talked a little bit before we came on here, you lived right over the bridge from me. Like I'm in Philly, you lived in New York, and you moved back to Colombia and then to California. Like you
Yeah.
definitely did a few different moves. And how was that like? Like how was all those different moves like?
I mean, it was a lot of adjusting. Uh I was completely raised I was born in Colombia, but as a baby they brought me to New York, so I was totally used to living in that New York environment. And
Mhm.
I went to a public school, was co-ed, and then I went from there to Colombia on vacation. I wasn't, we weren't planning on moving. I was there on vacation. And it was, right after sixth grade. So, you just had that graduation. And I was fully expecting to see all my friends after the summer. And then, yeah, that summer was over, and my parents were like, guess what? You're staying in Colombia. And
Oh my
so,
God.
yeah.
That must have been a shocker.
Oh, it was awful. Then I went from, public school co-ed to a Catholic, all nun, all girl school. And I was just so out of my element. I didn't know, I mean, I knew Spanish, but I wasn't used to learning in Spanish. And the education system there was much more advanced than the education system where I grew up. So
Okay.
I it was hard. It was very hard. It was the beginning of my rebel years. Let's just
Okay.
those were the years I became a little bit of that teenager that everybody talks about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then, when I came back to New York, it was great. I was super happy to be back. But again, it was like I had to reacclimate, everyone, it was a different style
Mm,
and listening to different music, and, everyone had their clique now. I had to find new
yeah.
friends and the whole thing. So, I, needless to say, I learned how to adjust or, work with what I got kind of thing.
And now you're currently in California, right?
Right. Right. That one I did to myself. That I did to myself. Yeah, I guess that whole experience allowed me to have the courage to go to California or come to California. It's like 15, 16 years ago now.
Oh
Um,
wow, okay.
yeah, and I only knew two people here. I didn't know anyone else. And I left everything I knew, and I just kind of came out here and tried on the dream hat for a little bit.
Nice, nice. Hey, hey, California is I why is this? Oh, someone's trying to call. All right, there we go. I just X'd out of it. I have no idea who that was.
Okay. Me either.
I mean, California is probably the place though. Like, if you want to get involved in film and acting and producing and writing, and so that's definitely the place to be.
Yeah, no, I definitely it was the smart move for sure. It was the okay time to get serious about the craft
Yeah.
type. So yeah, and it's worked out. I love California. Not every, I have a lot of friends that visit thankfully still, and it's not their cup of tea. Not, at least not for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, like you have to have like I guess like that mind frame for California because like I said, if you're going to California, California is mostly known for like wanting to get ahead in like the film and the music world and stuff and or modeling or whatever and like if you're not into all of that, like it's not for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I do have a few friends that did come out here, and they were just like, everyone just talks about the business. And it's, yeah, that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. I will say, I also think California, like That's like the first layer, but it
Yeah.
has a lot of other beautiful, amazing layers. I love the fact that we can be outside all the time. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're from Philly, you know what that's like. Those like, what
Yeah.
is it, 6, 7 months out of the year where you guys are just freezing.
I know
I don't miss that
exactly.
at
It
all.
sucks.
Like, I don't.
There's some days when I have to get up, go to work, and you have to walk outside, catch a train, and it's like freezing, and I have like 50 layers of clothes on, a jacket, a hat, sunglasses, a scarf,
Yep.
uh, and then the bus takes then like 40 minutes to come, and you're out there like shaking, waiting
Freezing.
for the bus.
Oh, and then you get in the bus and it's hot, and then you have to
Yeah,
take off all of the
yeah,
layers, and then make sure you get all the layers back on. Don't forget your glove before your stop.
yes, exactly, yes. Oh, you definitely know that being in New York, so you definitely know that system.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Oh, see, that's where our grouchiness, I think, came from. Where you're just like, oh, I'm so annoyed to have to put this on, take this off. It's freezing,
Exactly. And what drew you to want to act? Like, when did your passion start for that world, the acting and the entertainment world?
It started, one second, bathroom. It's in the bathroom. Sorry, my son. Um, I think I was born like acting, honestly. Like, I used to gather my cousins up at family gatherings and come up with a story off the cuff, direct them somehow, and then put on a show every Saturday night for my family. I was always acting. I was an only child, so I also had a lot of
Me,
imaginary
same.
friends.
That's what I am. I'm
I
I'm an
mean,
only child.
did you have imaginary friends? I had at least five. Like,
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
the whole thing. So I was always coming up with stories. I was always my poor mother, like I was very dramatic. Like drama's always been in my blood. And so like I would
Mhm.
have like a huge like scene, the big, scene where, you have to cry or be hurt. And my mother would come rushing in. Oh my gosh, what happened? And I'm like, oh, I'm just play acting. It's fine. And she's like, ah. So since I was a kid, I loved it. I just loved it.
That I get it. Like growing up a only child, like there were times like I was that kind of kid. Like I would like just walk in the room and like look at my mom and dad, and I would go, "Attention! I need attention!" And
I
they would
love
just like look at me, and they were like, "What?" They said, "Go back to playing." I'm like, "No, I need attention."
yeah, which would make sense, right? Why I'm like fake stabbing myself and like crying. That's me asking for attention. Yeah, okay, now I get it.
And early, like a few months ago, I interviewed the guys who made Gan Gan Ganymede. I always say the name wrong,
Did
even
you?
though I interviewed them. Yeah, like I watched the movie. It was an amazing like thriller film, and I interviewed the guys who wrote it and the lead actor Jordan.
Yeah, and Jordan. Oh, I love them.
Yeah, and that was such a good, like I was really surprised because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, I said, yeah, it looks decent. And then I watch it and I was like, wow, I said, there's like I went in there expecting like this like horror movie, but it's like a thriller movie, and Jordan's role, like it's about being accepted for being gay, and it was like the horror of the movie was actually him struggling about being gay when he had a guy that wanted to be with him, a guy that loved him, and a guy that stood by him throughout everything. And like it's like a love story, but then the thriller because Jordan battles that that demon that he has to battle, and
Mhm.
it was just like an all-around great movie. Like you did amazing in it too. And what was your experience like working on that film?
It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. Gosh, I have so many great things to say about it. The whole team, they were so open to creativity. Like
Mhm.
Sam and Colby, they were just so, it was obviously the story was the story, but they were just so open to like, how can we bring Kim to life? And we can like workshop this, and we would workshop with Pablo, who played my son. Um, just it was just so beautiful. And then like it just felt like such a loving and accepting place, like everything we did, all the like we were all in Kentucky together. We were in Paducah, Kentucky, and we got to see each other all the time because it's a pretty small town and we were all staying there for a few weeks. And it was just gosh, it was very family like. It just felt so cozy and warm and exciting, and um it was a great experience. I don't have enough. I don't, there's so many great things I can say about that. And it was also really great to see like when we would see the demon, like when we saw him
Yeah.
in costume, I was like, whoa, I never pictured this. And like seeing, and it was such a great job, such a great job. And the boys did such a great job. It was fun. Everything was so great.
Oh my God. I know, like just and I mean the movie's been out, so like spoiler, like Jordan basically was his character was the demon, like he was battling himself, and it was the love of Pablo that actually helped him. And
Right.
it was just a great movie. Yeah.
I liked it. Can't even love it. Oh.
And now to talk about like your film because that's what the agent told me to talk about. I'm sorry it took this long to bring it up.
All good. It's all good. I'm still getting the attention.
Yeah. This is the film that you write in, you star in, you also produce the movie, the the low end theory, and what inspired you to write and make this?
Work. I wanted to work.
That's the simple answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a time, we started writing this film. I co-wrote it with Francisco Ordonez, who's also the director. Um, about 10 years ago we started.
Oh
And
wow,
yeah,
that long ago.
yes, yes. I
Oh.
mean, super indie. I mean, when I say we really strapped our boots together, we did it. And I was only here for 6 years and I was trying to get auditions, but the idea of a Latino at that time in Hollywood only looked like a Mexican, right? It only looked like
Mm.
someone from Mexico who was very traditionally like super dark hair, like very
Mhm.
specific features that I do not have. And at that time, you know, Hollywood had a lot of beautiful Mexican talented women who were booking, and I could not get an audition. It was really difficult. So
Oh,
I decided to take matters into my own hands, and I worked with Francisco on his graduate school thesis project called St. Paul. We did a short together, and I loved his work. I thought he was super talented. And, 10 years later, he was one of the two people I knew in LA, um, who I still had a wonderful, beautiful relationship with. And I was like, you know what? Like, you got it. I've got it. Let's do this, you
yeah,
know?
there you go.
Yeah. And so we did. And that's where it all kind of started. And he had already an idea for this neo-noir, and we switched it up so that it would be a female lead. And she had a love interest that was also female because that was important to me. And amongst other things, a lot of the layers of the character we talked about together, and we made her together.
and and that's how I was gonna ask, like, what was it like playing her, and what did you love all about her? Because you she definitely does have a lot of layers, and what was like the best thing about playing her?
Ooh, I haven't gotten that question. Good one. What was the best thing about playing her? I have to say the best thing about playing Raquel was probably Oh man. It's oh, I don't even know. The best, she was such a dark character, right? And I'm always talking about how dark she is, but she was loyal. Like
Yeah.
her loyalty was something that, to me is filled with integrity, and she was until she wasn't, right? But spoiler, but she um I
She's
think that,
spoiling her own film.
right? I think that the way that she was so committed,
Hmm.
committed to the idea of karma and so committed to the people that she cared about and like loved and like the Veronica who was her loved interest, she's like, I got you. She just really wanted to be loved and love, and she wanted to love hard and she tried to love hard. And I think that that was really fun thing to explore because I've kind of stayed away from love for a little bit, and I was like, wow, I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to love somebody like that, and to be loved like that.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I love about the film too. Like, it don't matter like who you're in love with. Like, it doesn't have to be man and woman. It could be woman and woman, man and man. Like, it don't matter as long as you love someone. It don't matter like what kind of love that you're involved in. And it, the movie has a strong Latina lead, and it shows it, different different sides of love, and it's an all around like great film, and it touches on so many things too.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, for sure. It shouldn't matter. Absolutely should not
Yeah,
matter who you never, ever. Love is love.
exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Is there a scene you had the most fun shooting?
Ooh, there was actually this really great scene that was cut out where I was fighting Ephraim, who was like my best friend, and we had
Hmm.
this full-on fight type of thing situation. And that was cool because there's like, like hash it out and then curse at each other. And there's all this rage. And I'm like, man, she looks like a badass there. I love that scene. Um, and then I love the fight scene. I'm not really in the fight scene, but
Yeah.
the the fight scene, I don't want to really, really spoil it, but oh man, that last moment, till this day gets me. I mean, if the guy who plays Ephraim is Rene Rosado, and he's one of my closest friends here, and till this day I tear up. When I see that scene, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't handle it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And where did you film at? Like did you film in like a bunch of different areas, or was it like one area?
We filmed mostly in LA. We had a lot of locations in Toluca Lake, LA, and Santa Clarita was
Nice.
another big place that we played it helped a lot with like the fighting scenes, the shooting scenes, and the
Yeah.
diner scenes, the truck stop, all that was Santa Clarita.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah.
And did you have were you the one who picked like the music, the score of the film?
No, 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 no. We had Burner. I don't know if you're aware of Burner. He actually did the whole soundtrack for
Oh,
us.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
and he watched the film and he kind of called in some collaborators to come in and help us. And then we had a company called Fall on Your Sword, with Will Bates as the composer. So they had the music composition and then Burner did the soundtrack to it. So I mean, yeah, we helped in the not really so much me, more the director. I was there in the room and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that sounds great. But
Mhm.
it was more the director kind of making sure that it went with the film. And actually we had a lot of amazing people that helped us and gave us a lot of input too. But no, that was not me. But I'm proud of that because that is something that she's a music producer, so we wanted to make sure that it had some
Exactly.
good music.
Exactly. Yes. Were there any like funny or cool stories from the set?
Um, oh gosh, I'm like totally blanking. Let's see. Stories from the set. Oh gosh, yeah, here's that. I don't know how funny this was. This is actually terrible at the time, but I think we could laugh now. Um,
Okay.
we were shooting in this building, and I guess the neighbors didn't want us there. Like, we had permission to shoot there, from the building
Uh-huh.
and everything, and the neighbors were just super upset that we were shooting there, and they were just they went on their building thread, and before we know, we were shooting there for a whole week, and before you know it, we had to walk around like because we had multiple rooms. We had to like not make any noise from one room to another.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was like I don't remember what we called it. It was like Operation Silent or something like that. So here we are shooting this like thriller film where people like are getting beat up and this, that, and third, but we had to do it as quiet as possible. It was so, yeah, now we can laugh about it. But it was literally like all of us crammed into a room and nobody could say anything. We're like, oh, it was hilarious.
So you were actually filming that horror movie that came out, The Quiet Place, right?
Basically, exactly, exactly. We were scared of the monsters for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Monsters being the very mad the people, the
Yeah,
tenants.
that's what, please don't kick us out. Please don't kick us out.
And I see your film won for best kiss. How does that feel to actually win awards for something that you worked so hard on making?
Oh my gosh, amazing. And the fact that it was best ensemble was even more amazing because this was the kind of project that every every single soul that went into making this film gave their 110%. So like to be able to share that with the rest of the cast, it honestly was everything I could have asked for. Yeah.
Hey, all all the work paid off because you got recognized for it.
Yeah, and like that we got to get recognized together, I think was my biggest, like it felt better than anything else could have been. You know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
as an indie filmmaker, you really oftentimes can't give people what they deserve, in terms
Mhm.
of like, monetary, like what people making a lot of money in this industry, and there's incredibly talented people who are not getting what they should be making. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And I wish I could have given them everything and everything that they deserve, but we were just two people who just had a dream and not a lot of money, and we bootstrapped it up, and people gave their all with very little, and the fact that we got the ensemble award just says a lot about like how much love goes into this craft. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And you also have a podcast too. And tell me about your podcast. And I see you do something else too. That I don't know if I'm going to say this right, so bear with me. Sawa Sawa Single Mama. Is that did
Close,
I?
close, very close. So it's Sana Sana, single mama.
Okay,
Sana Sana.
okay.
Have you ever heard someone go Sana Sana? Sana Sana. It basically means to heal.
Oh,
And the Latino culture has this little like rhyme that we say to little kids when they get a boo-boo. And we say, sana sana, culito de rana, si no sana hoy, sanará mañana. And it's something we've done for generations and generations. So whenever you say sana sana, every Latino in the room knows what you're talking about. Uh,
oh, okay.
yeah. So when I became a single mom, I, you know, I became a single mom. That's a whole thing. And I've I embarked on this massive journey to heal and to, break some generational things, and also to try to not have resentment, about how my marriage didn't work out and how I can be the best mom I can possibly be to my son. And the only way that I saw that happening was by healing my heart and my soul.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yeah, I created this community to kind of be there with other single mamas who need someone either to hear them or just see them, hold their hands or lend them their shoulder if they need to cry or tell them that they're a badass that day, whatever it is that you need. That's what the community is for. It's like let's come together and thrive. We don't need to stay in that struggle bus, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow. And what about your podcast too? What's the
So
podcast?
it's in tandem with that. So
Oh,
the
okay.
podcast is basically bringing in people who will help resource single mama's journey to healing. So I have therapists, I have people who talk about finances, who talk about the legal stuff in terms of like custody and, you know,
Mhm.
child support and things like that. Also, um, all kinds of things that you can be resourced as a single mom. My son just got to page 100 on Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, okay, okay. I definitely know the book turned into a movie.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's what the podcast is talking about that and talking about other people's journeys through single motherhood too.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. That's another awesome thing. Like the way you're the voice of of woman going through this. Like that's amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And what do you like doing during your free time if you have any free time being a single mother? Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. No, I do. I'm blessed with some time. What do I do? What do I do? I clean my house. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I don't clean my house ever. No, just kidding. I love to dance. I
Nice.
love to dance. I love to dance salsa and bachata, and then throw in some other stuff in there. But those are the two that I like seek. I'm a big retreat girl. I like to go on different kinds of retreats and um um, you know, do some more healing.
Yeah,
Being nature, I like to hike. We live in a great, amazing place to hike.
nice.
Um, what else do I like to do? Oh, I like to cook. I'm a big fan of cooking, so I like to host paella nights or whatever new thing I'm learning how to cook. I invite friends over to try it out.
And what is your best dish, like the dish that you do do best, like or cook best?
Um, the one that, the one that, nice job, baby. Um, sorry. The one that all my friends know is paella. I make paella like I do an annual at least once or twice paella night where people come over. I make big thing of paella and we come, we hang, we have a little sangria, we chill.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm only gonna ask a couple more questions. I know your son probably wants to run over and like knock the camera down, but I'm I'm a big horror fan, so I always ask my guests this, so, like, are there any horror films that you like to watch?
Oh, Lord. I used to love horror, okay? Like love it. I would like do this terrible thing to myself where I would watch it really late at night and then I'd be scared to death. So scared that I had to pee and I would not go pee because like who knows what's lurking out there, you know?
Oh my God.
I don't know why I did that, but I loved it. I would like live for that thrill. And then what like somewhere down the road, I became the biggest scaredy cat and I just won't do it to myself. But if I have to pick a horror, ooh, I think I would pick the classic Exorcist. Like that's
Yes. Yes. That movie to this day is definitely holds up. Like it's a really scary movie.
yeah. And when you watch it when you're like 7, like you're gonna be like literally traumatized by it your whole life. All I have to do is see the letters now and I'm scared, you know? Like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, that movie's freaky. And what would be your go-to karaoke song if you were gonna do one?
Oh, I'm an Alanis Morissette kind of gal. So
Ooh,
probably
nice.
You Ought to Know or Ironic, like, but I think You Ought to Know is more fun for me.
Oh
Like get
yeah, like
to the
that's such a powerful song too. Because like when I'm at karaoke bars, like when women go up and sing that song, like they really get into it, and they're and like when the song's over, I don't want to be anywhere near them because it seems like they're just
that
gonna like
woman.
punch me or something.
Yes, that would be me. That would be me. Great question. I love that.
And, the last thing I'll ask you is where can fans follow you and also watch the film at?
Amazing. Yes, I'm at Sophia, Sofia, as in Jacob, Yepes, Yepes, Sophia J. Yepes, on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, and they can watch the film on in the Black TV. And we're on the first opening page, the low end theory.
Awesome. Well, it was very nice meeting you. I had so much fun with this.
Same, same. Thank you so much. How much fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have an amazing night, and now you can show your son attention. He's probably like, when's that guy gonna shut
He's
up?
like, attention, attention. I need attention.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.